Hi everyone, and happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. 3-day week. It feels like it has been way longer than that. Anyway, so I was hoping to get a color and chat up Monday or Tuesday, and well, that didn't happen because life got really busy. So what I wanted to go ahead and do is do part two of my Christmas and holiday featured flip through. These are going to be pages that I might color, or at least are on my radar as a plan. Obviously, I'm not going to color all the pages I have listed, but just this way I can show you some of the books I plan to look at for this holiday season. I'm not going to be able to show you all my Christmas books because it's just, there's too many. There's not enough. I have too many Christmas books. If you're wondering about the whole COPPA thing, as I've said before, I have a video where I kind of mostly rant about it and talk about what it means for my channel. I'm going to link that video in the description. I'm also going to link to the comment page for the FTC because that's still going on until December 9th. And I know you've got to be tired of hearing about this, but I don't want this to fall off the radar. Contacting YouTube about a mixed audience option and stuff. I don't want that to fall off the radar. And, you know, it was talked about heavily. This week it's been a little quieter, probably because both YouTube and the government are kind of in holiday mode, so this is probably going to be a quieter week. So I don't want it to disappear, but I'm not going to talk about it at length on this. I'm going to link to my video, and then I'm also going to link to Hogue Law, which has not only a brief rundown of what's going on, but a good in-depth look at what's going on too. And he can give you far more information than I can, and he's, you know, obviously a lawyer. So anyway, just wanted to note that. I'm going to briefly note at the beginning of every video, like I said, just simply because I don't want this to disappear. So anyway, Christmas, winter, holidays, woo! I am not in holiday mode by any stretch. I am just flat out exhausted, y'all. But I wanted to do this because I know with Black Friday coming up that a lot of these coloring book artists will have sales. Amazon will have sales, like Dover might, and such. So this is a good opportunity to have some books to talk about that you might want to add to your wish list to look for Friday. So without further ado, let's get started because I have only a brief time that I can do this video. I say that every time and then it ends up going over. This is Santa's Kitty Helpers Holiday Coloring Book. This is by Kayomi Harai. I hate if I'm mispronouncing it. She is also the artist of the Teacup Kittens book, which I've shown on here before. This is roughly 8.5 by 11 type of book. The Ultimate Holiday Stress Buster. You can pause and read that description if you'd like. And it shows a few of some colored examples to kind of help give you some inspiration. So all of her pictures, the cats are, I think all the cats are kind of grayscale format, but their environment's not. So you could color them one color and still have a pattern on the cats, which I think is really cool. Sorry about that. I had to grab a drink of coffee. I love that look on his face in this one. It's really cute. Golly. Right. Might be a little better. And then on the back of each page you get like a quote, and then you get a little place where you could like write the date and when you colored it, what you used, things like that. So I wish I had a half that energy, a quarter of that energy even. So I'm doing this video today. Tomorrow I will load the digital version of this. And then Friday or Saturday I will hopefully post a color and chat. What I will be coloring I do not yet know. I wanted to color one more picture for Nostalgic November, but I think that may just have to wait, and I'll color that at some point in the future. I just may not be able to get it this month. Because I still have, this one was a really cute picture. Actually, I don't think there's any grayscale in this one, except for his eyes. But, I think I got this last year after Christmas, and it got marked down. That's something else too. A lot of these books, if you don't necessarily have to have them for this year, or if you like to color Christmas pictures year round, some of these books might get marked down either during the holidays or right after the holidays too. So that's something to keep in mind, kind of like any other type of Christmas stuff, like decorations and trees and whatnot. So lot of good pictures in here. I was I struggled a little bit. I just wanted to pick one picture out of here because I already have so many I've picked, and I know I'll be lucky if I get half of them, but you know, that's what's fun about it. Actually, I think I missed this one in my flip through earlier. Oh, Leroy's got the zoomies and the tail twitchies. That probably doesn't bode well for anybody. This is the one I'm going to try to do out of this book. I love him and his little reindeer ears. I'm loving the cats and the stocking pictures. But that one with the combination of the reindeer ears is just freaking adorable. Again, I wish I had that much excitement. Even just, hell, we'll go down to a tenth of it at this point. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I might not. I don't know. These are actually perforated pages too, by the way. So they're single-sided and perforated. The texture of the paper is really smooth. The only thing I've used on this paper is the Arteza Real Brush pens. I'm assuming the paper is the same as the Teacup Kittens, and I used Arteza Real Brush pens in those on one of those pictures last year, and I felt like it blended really well. It didn't give me a lot of hassle, like it didn't soak up the color as much as like Amazon printed paper would. So here are some more completed images on the back. Oh, I love that one. That one looks so cute. I kind of want to do that one now too. Dang it. Oh well. Like I said, this is we are not guaranteeing what I will not color this year. I'm just running through these and giving an idea. Creative Haven Christmas Color by Number. We know I love my color by numbers, and we all know I love my George Toufexis color by numbers, because these are definitely way more complex color by numbers than you usually see. This is a Creative Haven book by Dover Publishing, and in the color by numbers for Creative Haven, I think it's normally 46 images. Yeah. So you get 46 images, which is really nice. I would particularly pay attention to Dover's Creative Haven's color by numbers and keep an eye on them on like Amazon and the Dover site to see if they get marked down in sale, because these books tend to be more like $10 rather than $5 or $6, but you can catch them on sale at the right time. I think they're worth it at $10, but you know, it always feels good to catch them on sale too. So roughly 8.5 by 11 book. With the color by number Creative Haven books, you have a ledger on the inside like this, and then you have thumbnails of all the images where they've been completed, so you can get an idea of what the finished image looks like. There is your title page, your description. You can pause if you want to read that summary. With George Toufexis', that's a lot of S's, book, there's not enough coffee in the world today, y'all. There's not. I had to go to the dentist yesterday. I had a crown pop off. Guys, I fell asleep in the dentist chair. That's pretty hardcore for me. Anyway, here's the intro, and again, you can pause to read all of this, but basically it's saying there's 24 color sets, 24 colors in the ledger. White is blank and shade is black. If something's labeled 0, it's called shade. Black or any dark color can be used to darken the color above, below, or next to it by overlaying. So it's basically just shading it and making it a little bit darker to get your shadows and such. So if there's no numbers, then that's to be white. Okay, so here we go. Again, I know, like, sometimes the complexity of pictures can be overwhelming to me, but with this one, because there's numbers to it, it makes it easier to me. But these turn out beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you saw some of the thumbnails there, but they're lovely pictures. And I think for someone that may not be 100% familiar with shading and shadows and such, seeing how these turn out is like a good example of looking at it and being like, oh, okay, that's how this works. So it might give you a better idea of it. So I have this page marked as a maybe. I just love the bridge with the little log house there. I think that's so cool. All Creative Haven books are single-sided. What I personally consider to be medium quality paper, and they are perforated. Hi, Annie. Please don't step on the keyboard. My desks are a mess, y'all. I got to get them straightened up. What will my coloring chat be this weekend? I do not know yet. I suspect it will likely be a holiday related picture. I have some Thanksgiving pictures I would really like to color. I just don't know if I'm going to have time. And with me, after a holiday goes by, it's just kind of like, nah. At least for me, it is. How are we doing on time? Not great. Annie, I swear if you step on that keyboard and you stop this video, this one is also marked because we got a cat. Definitely going to be coloring some cat pictures. Not all the cat pictures, but some. I kind of liked this one too because it was with the cactus and like the desert and stuff, and it was a little different. So I didn't mark it, but I was thinking about it, and it looks like something got on this page, and I don't know if I'll ever get it off. I may have to just color around it. Same thing with this one, and this is the reason I labeled this, is it's a little different with the palm tree and such. We've got another by the fireplace with the kitty. I love these. These pictures are by far my favorite kind of Christmas picture. I think one of the ones I did last year out of the Christmas Jade Summer book was a cat by the fireplace, so... He gives a really good, nice variety of pictures. You got some by the tree and by the fireplace like that, and then you got a lot of good landscape pictures. And of course this one was labeled too. I am not going to know what I want to do until I actually get into this book. And this is one of those I'm probably going to have to work at my desk with because the numbers are so small. I can use my magnifying glass, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to use it like in the living room. I don't know. I would like to, there's another kitty picture. I didn't have that one labeled because, you know, I have to have a limit here. Doesn't rule it out. Like I said, I could be paging through this in a week and have a completely different idea in mind of what I'm in the mood to color. That is the thing with coloring, at least for me. My moods can change very quickly. It's like sometimes I go through coloring books where I've tagged an image and I go back through them and I'm like, nah, I don't really want to color that. But these definitely require some, like, if you're using colored pencils, I would say really sharp colored pencils. This one's tagged too. Again, just a little different with the mailbox. I would say like your bullet points on markers, your fine liners, anything with a really ultra fine or fine tip would be good for these. You do have some bigger spaces like these boards, but a lot of the smaller work like these little balls on the tree and stuff, you're going to need, definitely not, it's going to, if you can accomplish that using the chisel tip side of a marker, I applaud you, but I am not doing that to myself because I would just wreck it. I'm pretty sloppy with my coloring. I'm not a super careful and concise colorer. Jeez. I promise y'all there's nothing in my coffee's not spiked or anything. Here is the rest of the thumbnails showing these pictures as they're complete, what they look like completed. So excited for that one. Actually, that one I'm pretty drawn to today. So if I have any extra time. Christmas Coloring Book Volume 2 by Jade Summer. They just published Volume 3 this year. I don't think I'm getting it because you guys can see I'm already almost drowning in Christmas coloring books. So we'll stick with what I got on this one. Inevitably, though, I'm sure Jade Summer will put out something with a bunch of cats in it. I mean, we all know how that goes. They know what they're doing. Again, typically 8.5 by 11 book. Jade Summer pages are created by a team of independent artists. It's actually an imprint owned by Fritz and Publishing. Here we go. I like a lot. Actually, I did buy one of their Christmas books this year. I think we covered it in the first video, Cute Christmas. So I've already done my Christmas book purchase from them this year. I think I'm feeling the Christmas coloring a little more this year than I did last year. So that's exciting. All of these are single-sided Amazon printed paper with the black backing. It's kind of a rougher paper. I would say harder colored pencils. Markers do well, but the paper really likes to soak up markers, so you probably want to use a light hand. I've used watercolor pencils and stuff on here with success. I don't like using my Arteza Real Brush pens on the Jade Summer ones because the type of Amazon paper that they pick is a little rougher, and I worry about the brush tips on those markers. So lots of really good pictures in here. I picked this one just because it's a little different than some of the others I've picked. I really liked all the little ornaments hanging off his antlers. I thought that was cute. And these are non-perforated pages. trying to think. I think they're all unique images. Does it say? I just hit the camera. Sorry about that, guys. I don't think it says. We don't get thumbnails or anything at the beginning. Well, we'll figure it out here in a minute. I think it's all unique images. That one's a possibility. That one too. Again. Oh yeah, because I've got that one flagged. That makes sense. Elves in the Workshop is another one. I don't have too many of those that I've come across. You do have mandala in here. Might be more than one. I'm not sure. Okay. So I have started noticing an issue, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the other video. When I've colored a picture and like I close the book and come back to it later, either the page in front of it or the page behind it gets this yellow look to it. And it's on the pages that I've used alcohol markers. Now I'm not sure if maybe I'm just not giving it enough time to dry before I close the book. That is a possibility, and so I've been kind of testing that with some of my more recent pictures. But if that's not the case, I guess what I may have to do in the future is once it dries, maybe try to put a fixative on it front and back and see if that helps. Is anybody else having this issue? I think I could color it and it's still be okay because it's not super noticeable. I mean, it's not super dark, but still. This was the picture I did last year here. And again, my by the fireplace picture. I love that picture. See, it did it on the back too. So, and it was the chair itself. So, I might cut out this picture and put it on my wall for the holidays. Anyway, sorry for that, that slight side note. But I've been noticing it as I've been flipping back through my Jade Summer books. I've been noticing that happening. And again, it may just simply be I'm not giving my markers, my page, enough time to dry before I close the book. And I do use a blotter page behind it. Otherwise, it would look a whole lot worse than that. So, you got your puppies too. Not just the kitties. And you got, I love this one actually. I have it flagged. Okay, yeah. Because I love the little hats on the birds. I love the little Santa hats on the birds. That's cute. Lots of really good pictures in this one. Kitty. I have plenty of kitty pictures tagged. I don't need any more. Some good pattern pages. I wouldn't call them necessarily mandala pages, but good pattern pages if you like that kind of thing too. There's a couple of those in here. You got this one too. So a nice variety of different stuff. There's that. Okay. There we go with that. Now we're on to back to Creative Haven with Country Christmas by Teresa Goodridge. I've already talked about the layout of the Creative Haven books, and you'll see it as I'm flipping through. Here's a inspiration on the inspiration picture on the front cover. Oops. Sorry. Come on. Come on. We all know I am a pretty big Teresa Goodridge fan. You can pause to read the little blurb there if you'd like. I've got this one tagged because squirrel. Again, a little bit different image. Though I'm not sure what that plant is. I mean, obviously it's some kind of berry plant, but I'm not sure what it is. So I've got this one. Got the kitty next to the tree. I don't think I have as many of the cat next to the tree pictures, or whatever next to the tree pictures, so would help if I put it all actually into the camera. Okay, there we go. That's better. I do like this one a lot. I was kind of on the fence on that one. This one I have tagged again. Another one by the fireplace. I like that she includes a lot of animals in her pictures. Particularly dogs and cats. I just think that's cool. I get a really warm, kind of nostalgic kind of feel with her pictures. If that's her aim, then she does a really good job with that. Here's another one by the stairs. I think I showed one in A Million Christmas Cats, but I like this one too because it's got the little, I guess, votive candles on the steps too. I think that's cute. I like this one too with the covered bridge. I flagged quite a few pictures in here. And again, you get a variety of like home type scenes and then like holiday and seasonal related images as well. Here's this one. Again, by the stairs and by the tree, but I love these types of pictures. I think those are those and like the ones with cats and stockings are pretty much like my favorite type of Christmas picture. By the tree, by the fireplace, and then the cats and stockings. I like this one because you got the geese. Geese are jerks. I really don't like geese, but I will color them in that picture. I will make that sacrifice for y'all if I can get to that picture. Here is another one that was completed. There's that one. We have Christmas Magic by Deborah Muller. I just purchased this one from Amazon. Again, roughly 8.5 by 11. Amazon printed paper, single-sided. Here's your nameplate page. This one is a little different. It's got definitely a Christmassy feel to it, but it's kind of like fantasy type creatures, obviously magic type stuff. So you've got like your little mermaid here. It's just got some different images and different animals. So like this one, you've got your dolphins and whales and like your undersea type picture if you want to do it. Got your little Christmas seahorse, an octopus. I liked this one with the little dragon. I thought that was adorable, him in the stocking. I liked this one too. I liked the mistletoe pun, but I just did the frog in the Halloween picture, so I don't know. I might still do that one. Yeah, this one's just got a good mix of different images. So. Not normal animals or Christmas type pictures. Here's one with a fairy I liked. I don't have a lot of pictures with people in them. Again, I liked this one because it was with like the palm tree and it's kind of like a beachy kind of Christmas look. I don't have a lot of pictures with people in them flagged for Christmas, so that might be something I look for. This is a narwhal. That's what we were talking about. Apparently, I did not know what a narwhal was. Which one was it? That Lulu Mayo book I reviewed a few months back. I can't remember. I think it was A Million Unicorns. They were in there. Again, I like the goose. I like the fact that he had his little scarf and hat and boots on here, so I thought this was a cute picture. little bit different type of Christmas coloring. I do like this one a lot too. Her sitting on top of the mushroom. If I do, I will do probably one of those fairies. I probably won't do both if I do. I like this one with the squirrel, but again, I was trying not to label every single like thing in this book. I figured out I'm not super big on mermaids. Again, I like this one, but I did a picture with kind of like a toad for Halloween, so I'm not sure if I want to do another one for Christmas too. I like this one, but the dragon in the stocking was, I enjoyed a lot more. I figured out I'm not big on mermaid pictures. I mean, I'll color one every now and then, but it's not, that's not a go-to for me. Oh, for the love of God. Sorry. Just weird things happening with my computer. Here's a nice kind of Christmas magic picture. Very apt for this book. She also gives you little pages that you can color and cut out and use as like Christmas cards if you want, which I think's a nice nice addition. Owl I want for Christmas is you. That one's too cute. I love the puns. She also gives you tags that you can cut out and use for like your gifts and stuff, which again, it's a real nice addition. I like that. Oh dear. I'm amused easily, I know. Wait, was there another page there? It's just a blank page. Okay. Anyway, there's her back cover. Santa's Little Christmas Coloring Book by Coloring Book Cafe. This is a smaller book than like an 8.5 by 11. It is definitely shorter. It's probably closer to like 6 to 8 inches high. I don't know. That sounds about right. I just got this one a few months back, so... Single-sided, again, Amazon printed paper. I've got one picture flagged in this one. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to color in this one, just because I have so many others. And there was, I mean, while these pictures are really cute, there wasn't one image in particular that just really... There was one that kind of grabbed me, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this book. I'm torn on it. Actually, I'm planning to do a giveaway video again this week, and I would like to include some Christmas books in that. Like maybe some of the books I just want to find a home for that I'm not going to color in. And... this might be one of them. I will think about it. If I don't, we'll see when we get to the image I have flagged here. It's a good book. I like it. I like the images in it. It's just, the pictures are a little smaller. It would require a little more detail work. I'm pretty messy when I color, and this is the one I had flagged, and I think it's adorable, but yeah, I don't know. I guess if you guys see this in the giveaway video, then you know to take this one out. Oh, Lord. And if I do that, then I'll just reference this video if you want to actually see the flip through of it. Again, it's cute, but it's, is it really a type of book I'm going to color in? And again, I am drowning in Christmas books, as we've seen. So if somebody else can use it, then we may just roll with that. I do like him sitting in front of the TV, chilling out right there. I think that's hilarious. And there is that. There we go. Let me look here. So this is not a Christmas related coloring book. It is the Country Cats coloring book by Jade Summer. I'm not going to do a full flip through of this one on here because, again, it's not necessarily a Christmas book. But I'm going to show you the images I was kind of looking at. That was one I should have went back to for Halloween, and I kind of forgot I had this book, so I was bummed about that, but we can do it next year. Okay, here is one of the pictures. I am about 95% sure this picture will be colored, if no other pictures, because the cats in the sweaters is just friggin' adorable. I love it. I love them in those little sweaters. They're just too cute. And then, if I can get to it, there's this one, which we all already know is my bread and butter kind of Christmas picture. It's my comfort food for Christmas. So I like that one a lot too. So I will be coloring at least the one with the sweaters in that one. Here is the Christmas Mandalas coloring book by Jade Summer. We will flip through this one. I did a few of these last year. We were doing some testing on, I like that one. I have that one flagged. I was doing some testing last year to see how watercolor pencils would do over alcohol marker, I think. And then there was a different one I did too, and I'll look at, when I look at them, maybe I'll actually remember what I did. There was this one. This one I did, okay, this one I did marker, and then I did, was it alcohol marker with like a watercolor pencil overlay? Actually turned out pretty good. Or I don't remember. I did it last Christmas. I may be going towards the privatizing my previous videos in December at some point, based on what goes on with the whole COPPA thing. So if there are videos that you have been wanting to watch and have not had a chance to, I would suggest going back and watching those. Which, with all of us doing that, I'm sure that's quite a few for a lot of you. This one's a really cute one too. I just didn't label it. But no, I think I was pleasantly surprised by how well the watercolor pencil did over the marker. And then subsequently did not do that again this year. So, might be a good time to try it again. Isn't that funny? Like, you're trying something new when you color and you're like, oh wow, that's really cool, and you're really pleased with how something turns out, and then you never do that again. And it's not that you necessarily don't want to, you just don't think about it. I think these are all unique, the way I have things flagged, so. You have a nice mix of images that are a little more simplistic, and then some that are a little more complicated. I do like this one with the bears. Just, again, I only labeled so many. This is one I think I even had labeled last year I wanted to do because I love the penguins. Okay, this is the other one I did last year with the markers and the watercolor pencils, I think. I feel like I did something different between the two. Oh, this was just regular pencil. That's what it was. This wasn't watercolor pencil. It was just regular pencil, I think. Anyway. Use the same color palette. Both of the pictures turned out really nice. So, I was pleased. So tomorrow I will load a sort of digital flip through showing of what I'm going to color, hopefully out of some of my digital books, which I, again, need to do more of. This is another one I had flagged that I liked. These would probably be good to do like in the living room. And there's that. And finally, not a Christmas book, but you've probably seen this image a lot. This is Romantic Country, The Third Tale. I finally got this book this year. I see quite a few people tackle this picture in particular, and I really like it. It's a gorgeous little picture, and this might be the perfect opportunity for me to break out some of the new colored pencil sets that I have not even used yet, and color this picture. So this is one in particular I'm kind of looking at. Alright, so yeah, again, I may not get to all of these, but maybe one of these books in particular jumped out at you, and now you're like, oh, I want that book to color in for Christmas. Like I said, tomorrow I will post the digital part 3 version of this, and that will be it for like my featured Christmas coloring books. And then for the rest of November, that's pretty much gone. For December, we'll just proceed with some regular Flip Through Fridays. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.